Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some Caves of Qud, shall we? Hey, Pizza, good evening. Alex, good evening. Good to see everybody. You know, we're at this point with this character where I'm level 17, which is good, but I still don't feel super excited about going to Golgotha. Now, one thing bad that happened to me was that I got a bunch of my cells drained by an enemy that I was fighting, and so I'm going to need to kind of switch these out, where it's like I need to replace this cell here. Now, I do have my lead acid cell, which I can start to drain. I also have a combustion cell, which I can, drain or try to power up in some way. I don't know how much I need this exoskeleton to be powered, but it is really fun when it's strong. Now, I think that my exoskeleton is off, but I want to make sure it's off. And you don't get to it from here. I think you actually do it from the inventory. And you go here, and then you say here. Oh, it's right. It takes a couple of turns to like power up once you put a cell into it, I think. So it might not be the best thing to kind of, yeah, it says right here, it thunks and whines over here. So it might not be the best plan to have it, in place right now, but it's helpful. All right, so I definitely want to level up again before I make any kind of big moves. So when I look at my quests, things that I have available, I could certainly just go and do the Bela investigation because I know where all the stuff is for the quest, or I could go to historical sites. So let's go ahead and zoom up, and then, Bela, I believe, is that's the Grit Gate. That's the Flower Fields. I feel like it's over here somewhere, but let me just double check that I've got it down. That's Golgotha. There it is. Alright, so let's go up to Bela then. Your queasiness passes. Well, good. Don't want to be too queasy. And it looks like we got lost. Alright, it happens. You know what I mean? But honestly, getting lost is like sometimes one of the best things that can happen for me. As I just get experience. And we're so, insane at this point that most of this stuff isn't too bad. Here's a big boy. We've got ourselves a two-headed boar. Now, those used to be challenging, but not anymore. Now, unfortunately, though, this dude over here, I think the chameleon or the dragonfly, got the kill on that and took the experience from me. So, that is kind of a curious thing about the game. Like, if I could make a suggestion in that, in terms of game design, I always like it if you're going to have a system like that where, they don't want you to exploit the fact that friendly allied creatures, exactly, Alex, will take your experience or, like, help you out, What I think they should do is, like, give you experience proportional to the damage that you dealt. So, you can't cheese it too hard by, like, getting in the last hit or something like that. But if you do 99% of the damage and the guy comes in, like, I think you should be rewarded. Like, your character should have learned something from that fight. If that's what experience points are meant to quantify. Alright, let's see. There's a chest over there. Let's go check it out. Deet. And They've got some jerky. That's great. And a copper nugget's also great. Yeah, Alex, exactly, right? Like, you can have some, sure, Horned Chameleon, you did a good job there, but all of it? Man, seems like he slipped in there, for the credit. But I guess it's one of those, whoever gets the kill shot wins kind of things. All right, and let's just see what we've got here. I'm going to go up, just see if we can regain our bearings a bit. All right. Well, that doesn't work. Let's see what we've got. Hey, Tipsy, what is up, my friend? It looks a lot like Dwarf Fortress, Tipsy, but this is Caves of Qud. Tipsy, I will be streaming Kenshi on Thursday, my friend. Thursday is when I'm going to do Kenshi again. Had a blast with that one. So this is kind of similar to Caves of Qud in its presentation, but it's a single-player, roguelike, post-apocalyptic, open-world kind of RPG, I guess. It's one way to imagine this. I am fighting. I am not a dwarf, but a mutant with a turtle shell, many arms and legs, and the twin hearts of a champion. Oh, what's that sword over there? Let me go investigate that. It is a painted bronze longsword, and it's got some lore on it, so let's get it. Hey, Ryder, good evening, good to see you. It's a fantastic game, I agree. I'm going to get this right here, and I'm going to look at it just to get the lore. So, there's some lore on it, and I'm going to get this. Maybe it sells for a little extra, because it's painted. Ooh, we discovered Bismuth Manamore. Alright, and it's a ruin. So actually, let's investigate this. This is something cool that I never really do too much in this game, which is just walk around and explore and find some of these random locations and use these to try to strengthen up for Golgotha. Generally, I stick to the quests, but there's a bookshelf over here, among other things. And this is just guarded by Snapjaws, which is like, not very hard. I'm not even getting experience for these Snapjaws. They're so bad. There must be a point that this game... Nero, good evening. Yes, indeed. It's so good, Nero. Good to see you. There must be a point where they just, like, an enemy becomes zero experience. Like, just completely so below your weight class that it gives you nothing. So that is something that many roguelikes do to prevent you from just scumming the easiest things in the world indefinitely to try to level up that way. And it makes sense. Hey, Dragon, good evening. Thanks for stopping in, my friend. I thought Stanley Parable was excellent. It was a great, experience, and I'm so glad that Nickman recommended it and that I tried it. I think that it was just a very, very intelligent, interesting game for sure. Oh, cool, Nero. I never played Gamma World, but that's interesting. Is that game still available? And we found an illuminated book, and fantastic, and a book called One Side. So let's look at it, and so it's just worth a bunch more, and we can read it. So there is some... Oh, great, Nero. Thank you for that, explaining that. So sometimes when you read these randomly generated books, you'll see that it's actually a real book that the game has created, or it is a book that has hidden information in it that is sometimes believable, sometimes not. So there's like an editor's note. That's usually a cue that this is valuable information. or sometimes it's just misinformation. So you kind of have to just roll with it. In time, the annals of Oth to the far side of Magrahi, and that waves set it up in it but red. And when you start seeing wording like that, I begin to think, no, this is just random blibbity blabbity and not for real. Sometimes the editor's note is like a tip. That's crazy, Nero. I think I only got like 3. Yes, it did. It sure did, Dragon. Thanks for stopping in, my friend. Good luck on your stream. Have fun. Thank you, Ryder. So the only books that aren't random have colored names that are gold or purple. Yes, that is a good way to tell that, right? So this book is all white, and it's just random blibbity blabbity, but you can find some really funny stuff with these. So both of these books are random, but sometimes, let's see if I can find anything in here that's useful. Alright, and we'll just get these books and get them. Books are great because... that is awesome, Ryder. That's hilarious. Exactly, right? Books you can sell, and you can also exchange for experience to the librarian in the stilt, and it's just beautiful. So I like to just, you know, look at all these books and see if they have anything good inside, and then just take them. So this ruin that we found is like loaded with books, which is sensational. Your life, I'm afraid. I mean, look at this title. I can't wait to see what this is. Look at it. Crisp pages of goatskin vellum are bound into a codex, and do go inside, though. It takes its pigment from the charged, crumpled corpse of a canyon dweller. It appears you may soon grow weary of the circuitry mind. Yeah, I agree. I do grow weary of that. So we're going to get it. And we can go to the still and just get a ton. And here's another illuminated book. So we could sell these, or we could trade them to the bookseller, or the librarian guy, and get experience. Both are very interesting options. Very tantalizing options. All right, let's go ahead and look around. There's a pit that we could jump in, but I just am generally not excited about doing that. Like, I have been having fun with this character, and I don't want to throw it away on just some kind of wild act of hubris or insanity, or both. Oh god, I did. I fell right into it. That was funny. I thought for some reason that I would be able to cross over it. So I was talking all this like game about like, I'm going to avoid this. I just walked right into it. Now we should be okay because it's Snapjaw land, but we're going to definitely want to find our way up. Hey, Nicholas. Good evening. Good to see you. I'm going to hide. Okay, what do we got here? This is a null worm, and it's easy, and it's sprinting at us, so ow. All right, we've killed it. Aw, you cracked my boots. That's not friendly of you at all. Oh, that plant impaled us. I swear you. Thank you, Ryder. That's what... Honestly, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, Ryder. I thought that the game was going to give me a warning before I walked into it, and it just let me go right into it. So I don't know if I slipped into it, or if the game evaluated it wasn't that big of a threat, so it just let me do it. Nicholas, this is called Caves of Qud. It's a post-apocalyptic, kind of old-school roguelike. Okay, so there's a Snapjaw King over here. So this is a little bit more intense than I perhaps had anticipated. I'll fight this stuff. And we're going to use some abilities on the Snapjaw King here. So, first of all, we're going to go ahead and just flurry the king. And let's see here. Let's see how hurt the king is. Injured, alright? And then, I'll tell you what. I have terrible reputation with Snapjaws. And by killing... Whenever you kill one of these named Snapjaw, like, legendary figures, or named anything that's in this kind of magenta text, you're killing like a cultural icon, and your reputation with them just is going to be torpedoed. But it's my reputation with the Snapjaws. It starts bad, and it's so bad. Let's go ahead and shield slam the king, and let's see where the king's at. Injured and prone. Okay, so we should then be able to... I'm just going to hit the king, and the king should die very soon. Yep, look at this. Oh my god. So we killed the king. And upon killing the king, our reputation with Snapjaws has decreased by 200, and it was already negative 1,055. Now it's negative 1,255. Like, I don't even know if there is a category for that much ire. I believe that I'm stepping into the, like, he who must not be named category of just pure hatred to a ritualistic level. And, however, the villagers of Samas loved me, so they loved this. Yes, Alex, it did, and I'm going to have to practice that because I'm not good at it. Now look at this. Somehow, this is so funny, like, my reputation with Roots increased by 180, so Roots like me more. Oh, hey, Golden Waffle Games. What is up, my friend? Good to see you. I'm so glad that that guide was helpful to you. Tales is another great roguelike, and it's so fantastic. I have a blast with that one, too. We played it last week on stream, and I'm really glad that you're getting into it. Thank you. Karma, good evening. Qud is wild. It's one of those games where I don't understand everything either, but it's really cool to stream it because, you know, there's always knowledgeable people who have played Qud more than me who come in and just, you know, further, like, my knowledge base and education and give me tips like Ryder has been doing and others have done to help me kind of, like, mentally level up in this game. And it's so deep that it's like the more I play, the more I appreciate it. Now, you'll notice that, like, I'm surrounded. Like, normally in a roguelike, getting surrounded in this fashion is terrible. I have no strategic advantage where I'm standing. Everything around me is hostile, but these are all very, very low-level threats. And you'll look at my health. I've only lost 12 total hit points. Nicholas, good evening, my friend. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. So, I haven't really even taken that much damage here. Now, I'm going to kill this. Here we go. Take this down. Take this down. All the Snapjaws are converging on me, but it's going to be okay. I'm not really even getting that much experience from them. I'm sure I got some from the king, but I don't know how much. And we're good. Hey, Thiraziz. Good evening. So good to see you. I'm so glad you're enjoying that guide. I've been considering extending that Darkest Dungeon guide, but I'm not sure if people need to see more or if it sets you up well enough already. Oh, absolutely, Nero. I need to do a better job of that, Nero. That's a great point. I'm trying to... One of the things that, like, as a content creator is difficult on YouTube is that it's not easy to, like, present your videos to people so that they can like navigate what you've done in a sensible way, because I'm like, I have like, I think over around 4,000 videos, so it's like really hard to, you know, for people to sift through that given YouTube's current search system. Exactly, Karma. That's where I'm at, my friend. I'm mystified by it too, but I just laugh at it and try to just roll with. I love procedurally generated stuff, so I just try to vibe with it. There you go, Theraziz. I am going to play Brotado again tomorrow and continue my game. I'm having a good time with that. Thank you again. That's awesome. Game's hilarious. All right, so this is... let's see if there's anything else that we want to get here. There's leather armor, and there's a masterwork bronze two-handed sword, which if, you know, I'll take this. No, I didn't actually get that. Here, pick it up. But I don't... this weapon is not better than what I have, but it might sell reasonably well because it's a masterwork. Let me see. What do you got here? I just took that axe. That's fine. So now we're going to need to start looking for... It is kind of karma. There's a lot of humor to it, and there's a lot of just absolute bizarre randomness. A lot of spider webs. Alright. So I need to find a way up. Eventually, there's some sightless crabs coming at me. We'll kill these amoebas. I'll charge this guy. Charge is great because it's basically an insta-kill. Like, in the sense that, I have a tail as a prosthetic, and so if I use my tail, I can confuse and poison enemies, and charge automatically triggers it. So it's very good for that. Alright. Oh, wow. There's a little crafting station over here. There's a way down. That's funny. We are, by the way, if you're, you know, newer to the game, the top ribbon is extremely helpful. You can see what time of day it is, but then over here you can see we're one stratum deep. So even though we fell into that pit, it was only one floor. And there's some monkeys over here. Is this guy sentient? Yeah, look, this baboon. He'll trade with us. He has nothing to trade, but, you know, he's intelligent. And so what that means is I don't know if I can actively take all of this stuff. Well, it's not... Let's see what this guy says. The Naphtali refuses to speak to you. Oh, I've killed so many of these. Oh, he's fighting me. Okay. He's hostile. Sorry, buddy. You know what, Karma? I have not. And I've been looking, I think it's on my Steam wishlist, Karma, and it looks really fun. Is it good? Oh, we got a couple of weird artifacts. These are some of the nicest things that you can find, are these weird artifacts, because they can turn out to be really, really valuable. I'm going to go to my inventory, and I'm going to check these things out and see if I can identify them. So this is, let's examine it, and it's a high explosive grenade. That's fantastic. And then, what is this? It's a spring-loaded leather moccasin. Oh, wow. All right. What does this mean? It just gives you bonus move speed. That's kind of cool, you know? Oh, man, yeah. The sandworm layer can be brutal through these. Okay, Karma. Well, interesting. It still seems like it's worth checking out. Thank you for reminding me about that, though. I have seen it, and it seems cool. Fading, good evening. Just doing a little Qud work here. I am overwhelmed by terror. I mean, only in Qud do you get scared from a plant, you know? Something is bapping me, and I don't know what it is. Oh, cool. Is that the... I was going to ask you about that, Fading. How has Zorbus been going? Like, is Dungeon 5 the furthest you've made it into the game, depth-wise? It seems like Zorbus, like, just escalates in difficulty really, really rapidly. Like, the first two aren't bad. You've made it to 7. All right. But, man, it gets hard. Yeah, that seems cool. Like, it's a gateway roguelike is what we call it in the business, where it's dangerous because it'll lead you into a life of never-ending roguelikes. Bam. Take that, amoebas. The amoebas give me nothing. Ooh, here's a statue. Baller. Let's look at it. So this is another thing that will give us experience. Because we've looked at it, we can tell the dude about it. 2 drams of wine. Let's get it. That's interesting, Fading. Like, that seems like the wizard. Like, the wizard is kind of slow to start, but then becomes really, really good. Bandage. What does this do? Alright, yeah, get it. No. Alright, fantastic. We're finding all kinds of good stuff. We're finding statues, books. Is this, like a hermit? Who's this dude? Oh, yeah, you could talk to him about your location. Let's trade. Ooh, he's got stuff. Alright, great. How much money do you... Oh, you can actually trade a bunch, can't you? Well, let me sell you some stuff. Yeah, the wizard is a lot of fun. I went more of a summoner wizard, but you can just be a blasty wizard. But you are fragile. Alright, let's see what this guy's got. He has a revolver. Yeah. Not really super stoked about selling this guy's stuff, but what I can do is, try to liberate that copper nugget from him by selling him some bad weapons that I've got. Yeah, here you go, buddy. Yeah, take this mandible, and then give me this, and then offer, and yeah, give me that fresh water. Sweet. Yeah, exactly. Hey. Good evening, Ace. Good to see you, my friend. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is just roll around. Let's explore a bit. Look for the staircase up. Like, that's what we need to get. If we keep finding staircases down, which is, just amusing. What is this? Let me see what this plant down here is. This is a thirst thistle. Don't mess with me, thirst thistle. Ooh, it tried to. How dare you. We killed the kudzu, but got nothing for doing so. The null worm we still get something from. I know. Yes, I have, Nero. I've done a couple of streams with Cogmind. I think that game's excellent. I'm still no good at it, though, but it's a really cool... It's fun to be a robot. Fading, this character is a mutant, so I am a, super strong mutant. I've got multiple arms, 2 hearts, multiple legs. I have a shell. I have grown a tail with a confusing venom stinger. I'm double muscled, so if you look at me, I'm holding a bunch of weapons. I have a carbide longsword, a 2-handed carbide longsword, and a freezing fullerite dagger. So I'm wielding 3 weapons at once with this character. It's pretty cool. I'm very tanky. I have a huge, a bunch of heavy armor on, as well as my carapace. I agree, Thuraziz, 100%. It's really amazing because it's great for my budget. I haven't really had to buy too many AAA titles, even in the last year, because you can buy games for $5 or $10 that are just sensational.